My name is Arielle Helmick, and I'm the Managing Director of the Rachel Carson Center for Environment and Society at LMU Munich. I started my studies in the US. I did a bachelor's degree in the US, and then my, what I call a master's, but actually is a Magister, was at LMU, and my PhD is also from LMU, so I finished my studies at LMU. I don't think that I chose my job necessarily. I sort of feel like my job chose me. It's always kind of hard to say what exactly led to being in the place I am now. But while I was doing my PhD, I realized I'm not a researcher. I don't want to spend the rest of my career in the archives. I could do it well enough, and I really appreciate the people who do want to do it. But it became about realizing what my talents are and where my strengths are. And I'm much better at organizing and working with people and facilitating research than I am at doing my own research. So I was fortunate that soon after I finished my PhD, the managing director at the time left, and I was offered the chance to take this position. LMU really is quite good at giving opportunities to academics. So they didn't require that I had a German apprenticeship in HR or finances. There was a lot of support and on-the-job training so that I could get to the point that I could do the job I do now. I love working with people instead of books. I realize that I'm much better in an office than in an archive. What I particularly like about the Carson Center is that it's so international. We have fellows from all over the world. This is a place where my English is a strength, not a weakness. And it's also a strength that I can speak German, because it's not understood that one can do both. And I've learned so much about different cultures in the last 10 years. And so that's the kind of learning. I don't know if you can get that anywhere. That's not something a course can teach. But I would say that's what I've enjoyed the most about my job so far. I was older when I started my PhD. I had worked for 5 years. I had taken time off. I'd worked in a lot of companies. I talked to lots of people who work in business and industry. I collected all kinds of information about what I don't want to do. I've always been better at saying what I don't want to do than what I do want to do. And at LMU, I was lucky in that my doctoral advisor, Christoph Mauch, who was also the director of the Carson Center, was an excellent mentor. And he was very supportive in both pursuing a research career, but also in sort of opening different opportunities. And he recognized sooner, perhaps even than I did, that I was more suited to administration than research. And I think that was one thing that was very helpful, is to have someone who really knows your strengths and is able to help you find the right path. The other area that I looked at LMU that was very helpful in the first years is the Center for Leadership and People Management. So they offer a lot of trainings. If you've never managed a team, you've never interviewed someone, you don't really even know how to structure an organization or how to work with people, I think I did 6 or 7 trainings, all of them very specific to what one does in academic management, and you got a lot of one-on-one coaching, one-on-one feedback. My advice for students would be to think about both what you're good at and what you like doing. Just because you're good at doing something, if you don't like it, don't do it. You won't be happy, and it won't make for a happy career. For me, a career in academic management is not a failed research career. I'm overjoyed that I'm not a researcher. I would not be happy in an archive. I am passionate about organizing, about running a center, working with people from all over the country, and I feel incredibly lucky to have a career that allows me to use both my strengths and also to do things that I enjoy on a day-to-day basis.